welcome back to the page. This is your boy Yusef Hood. I'm hollering at y'all from hoodfilms.com. This is the studio. This is where we get down. We do all the work. Welcome to the page. Welcome to the channel. I want you to like and subscribe. I want you to be a part of the team. Today we're talking about Snoop Dogg and Eminem beef, and we'll be right back to talk to you. Alright, so if this is your first time coming to the page, we do a lot of great stuff over here. We do some reaction videos, we do some YouTube info, we holler about celebrity information, every kind of stuff that I find out about, I'll talk to you about it, because that's just who I am. So welcome to the page. Yo, everybody been talking about recently about Snoop Dogg comment at Eminem, and the fact that Eminem is, in Snoop Dogg's opinion, not in his top 5, not one of the best rappers around, and not all that stuff. And, you know, trying not to get into some race conversation about that kind of the rap information that we just addressed right there, just talking about it on a face level about what Snoop Dogg said to him. I think Snoop Dogg just probably had a beef with Eminem throughout the whole process of his career. Because if you think about it, you can almost look at Dr. Dre as a father and Snoop Dogg and Eminem being his kids, even 50 Cent, even the younger kid that's out there now, I forgot his name right now, but he younger than them from LA, Rosecrans, and he is even one of Dr. Dre kids, because when Dre came out, he put a lot of people in the game, and he put a lot of energy into those other artists. But you know, it's just being America. Eminem is going to blow further because he's white. I mean, this is America. It's 250 million American Caucasians. It's only 13 million blacks. That's not a lot of black people. It's 13 million percent. It's 39 million black people. So it's just, you would assume that it would be more people that would be interested in listening to the Eminem songs, because it's just more people of that culture here in America. So Snoop Dogg can't see it from that perspective. He looking at it like, we from the hood. We don't bump that shit. We don't be listening to no Eminem all the time. So that's just being said. I'm just putting it out there. We ain't rocking with him. So, and in the hood, and that's true. I mean, I remember at that time frame being in my young 20s and people walking around bumping Eminem. I definitely remember that. Riding and jumping in somebody's car and they beating Eminem, or riding around in the streets and you would hear somebody bumping Eminem. But that was 20 years ago. That's not right now. I don't even never hear that no more. You don't even hear nobody playing a blast from the past like I'm just riding through the hood and I'm bumping a blast from the past. You do not hear nobody talking about no Eminem music. That don't mean Eminem ain't cold. That don't mean Eminem losing none of his swag. It's just that's the way it is. But you do hear motherfuckers fucking with Snoop Dogg. You do hear motherfuckers who still fuck with Snoop Dogg. And again, that's cultural. Because if you're in a white community, you probably got white kids that bump Eminem music every fucking day. And you probably got black kids that are still bump some Snoop Dogg music. So, but I've even heard people online say, hey Snoop, that motherfucking gospel album you did, that wasn't the one. So it kind of goes, it cuts both ways. Did Snoop make some trash in his time frame and all that? But aside from that, Eminem got back at Snoop. And so this is what he had to say. But before I'm going to say it, I want you to like and subscribe on my page and holler at me, because I'm telling you the type of stuff I like, and I'm sure you like it. That's why you still watching right now. So we going to kick it, and I'm going to light up my little blunt, because it's early in the day and I ain't get a chance to light chat, so I'm talking to you, so you got to kick it with me and light up. They just legalized it in Chicago maybe about 3 months ago, so we got some legal weed now. So actually maybe a year now. So that being said, I just want to say that too, because your boy Eminem, what he said back was, he fired back. He was like, what's up with Snoop? He said, you up here talking crazy about me. You know, you just saw me. If you have something to say, why don't you say it? And so it's infighting happening. But Dr. Dre would assumably be the father, because he the one who birthed both of them. And just so happened that his career had become so strong by the time he had got to Eminem, it just took off and it never looked back. Eminem had became such a strong force at that time. But in our era, it blew over. But most rap do. If you're a rapper, you have a time frame, and then that's it. It don't happen. I mean, now with the streaming thing, the people can come and mess with you more over and stay with you longer. They don't have to be just relegated to the radio or if you were in concert. When I was younger, that's all it was. You had to only see these people when they came in concert. So Snoop Dogg being so famous and so legendary, he always had a nice following no matter what he did. People just always stayed, they paid attention to him and kicked it with him. But then it got to the point where Snoop Dogg kind of fell off too. And then that's when you go back to Dr. Dre being a father. He didn't go back to Snoop Dogg and try to reinvigorate his career. He probably did that in a span of time. And he didn't go back to Eminem and try to reinvigorate his career when Eminem fell off. He basically kept moving. So he went and got 50 Cent. And they all put their time and effort into that, and 50 Cent took off. You know what I'm saying? Even Snoop Dogg got a song with 50 Cent. So it's like their camp of artists that they was running around, all of them made it successfully. All of them made money. 50 Cent went diamond twice. That's actually hard to do. That's like lightning hitting diamond twice. No, people go diamond maybe once, and it probably take a long time to build up that audience to go diamond. He went diamond twice. That's a phenomenon, you know. So, but that happened for him. But then by the time he left that group and went on his own, it wasn't as easy to pull that off again. But it didn't matter because he still did it. And so that's why I say Snoop Dogg probably was offbeat coming at Eminem like that. But at the end of the day, that's what beef is. You know, they got to drop them songs and go at it. You know what I mean? You almost looking at it like they're two rams clashing. And, you know, so, you know, Eminem responded. But it's, you know, Eminem, with him being a Caucasian, this is their dialect. I mean, we black people, so we had to be forced to learn this language. So it's a lot of words that we probably just don't know. Not to say that we aren't smart, not to say that we aren't intellectuals and can't learn it. But it's just stuff that if you haven't been exposed to it, you wouldn't know. It's like, if somebody don't say those words in your midst or say them around you, if you're not having to read them to do your life, you're just not going to know. It's terms on the back of certain foods that you could read, and you'd be like, xanthan gum. But yeah, you wouldn't know nobody else named xanthan gum or something unless you were specifically reading that on the back of the book, or if you were looking at some medical book and it'll open it up and it's like, well, what the hell is this word? Or even, you know what always tripped me out when they go to the Shed Aquarium, the aquariums, in whatever town you're from, and you look at the animals or the fish, and it'll be like the name of it, and then there'll be this other name under it, and you'd be like, but who the hell? Now, who was the person who thought of that damn name? Like, what was he thinking? Like, you know, it's also a muklakovich. A muklakovich. Yeah, write that and spell it and put that up under the fish. You'd be like, what the fuck? So it's like that when you're learning these words. So with somebody like Eminem, he might have came from poverty, but he still was probably spoken in the words of English language. So you can tell when he rap how much more his vocabulary is and how further he can push his brain to bring it about. It's like crazy. You know, because we got artists like that too. You got Busta Rhymes, you got Twista, and a lot of other underground artists that's like cold with the fast speech, and even Bones and Harmony had a singy-songy speech in a rhyme when I was growing up. But you know, it's guys that can do that. But when you hear Eminem, this dude is at another level with it. I mean, he got a new song that just came out, and I should have did a breakdown of that one. It was directed by that young guy, Lyrical Lemonade. I think he's from Chicago, the director. So Eminem did the music video recently of a new song he got, and when you hear him just flowing, because he actually changed up this flowing like about 3 or 4 times in the song, it just show you his range. It's like this dude, lyrically, as far as rap go, he crazy with it. He is crazy with it. But Snoop Dogg had a point, and you cannot overlook that point. When you're talking about rap music, you're not putting him in your top 5. The idea of a top 5 does not even include Eminem, because when you say in top 5, you're talking about Rakim, you're talking about KRS-One, you're talking about Big Daddy Kane, you're talking about Coogee Rap, you're talking about the top 5, the guys. That 5th guy could be a plethora of people, from LL Cool J to Nas to Tupac to Biggie. It's just a gang of people who could be in that top 5. You know what I'm saying? It really truthfully is. I'm talking about on the lyrical side of the game. But then when you talk about Eminem, nobody even accumulates him in that group. That top 5, when I'm talking about Coogee Rap, KRS-One, KRS-One, Coogee Rap, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, whoever you want to put as the 5th one, LL, when you talking about those top five, so say now I'm about to get into an argument with a person about a top five. I'm not even mentioning them top five. Like if we were like, who's your top five? I'm not finna say Rakim. I'm not finna say Big Daddy Kane or KRS-One because that's a given. Those guys are not even. You're not even competing with them when you're saying what's the top five. Those are guys given. Nobody ever gonna do it like they did it. Now let's talk about a top five. Now we'll be saying, this guy or that guy, whoever your top five in the rap world, and it could be meaning everybody in the entire rap world, but not them. You're not even putting them in there because Jay-Z could even be that fifth guy technically because of his level that he's risen to and his lyrical content and the level that he made and what he's done on the impact of rap. But again, are you saying Eminem? No, you're not even. He's not in the official top five. He's not in the unofficial top five. It's like people don't really talk about him. Now again, lyrically, the boy ain't nothing to play with. He ain't nothing to play with. But I think that in order to be a top five, it has to be like you've given more than you just can put some words together. I think it's more about the image that they put out there, the consistency over the decades, the impact more. And how rap really funnels. Rap works like it only lasts for so long and then you out. And when you out, sometimes what you do on the outside of rap matters too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys, they're not rapping. They're not even putting music out right now with the whole streaming world. But they didn't go to prison. They didn't beat their girl up. They not strung out on drugs. They didn't do nothing dumb to make their legacy or name start looking like it's tainted. And so all of that matters too. Not saying that Eminem did, but I do remember there was a time in his life when he was saying he was hooked on pills. Was that true? Was it not? It may have been very real for him. But that's kind of weird when you're a black dude. Like, wait a minute, hooked on pills. Not saying that black dudes ain't hooked on pills. I'm not saying that they are. But I'm saying in our era, where I grew up, way back in the 90s and the early 2000s, it just wasn't something that was normal. And if a person was walking around on pills, you're looking at them upside their head like, what the hell? Now it's different. The young guys, they in the pills, that's a world. And I ain't dissing it. I'm not familiar with it, but yeah, it's a world now. So that's probably why he was able to get into it, because he a major celebrity that's around him. Everybody like, yo, nigga, here. So it's just a thing. You learn and you find out how it affects you and you rock and roll like that. So that little beef they went through, I don't know if they're going to squash it. I don't know if they're going to fix it. I don't know how they're going to pull it off or what's going to happen with it. But I just wanted to break that down to you right here on my page. I want to talk to you about that beef because I was thinking about them, how they have made an impact on my career. My time. I remember being 21 years old, getting in the vehicle. I actually smoked weed with Snoop Dogg when I was 20 at the Regal Theater when I was a teenager. I was like 20, so I was working at the Regal Theater, and I met him, Daz and Corrupt, Lil Half Dead, Suge Knight was there, and they made me a neighborhood celebrity. I came back telling everybody about them because they knew they was at the Regal, and they knew I worked there. So earlier before the show, I went up there and hung out with them, smoked out and hung. It was just I was a young guy, at that time, so it was just a moment to hang out with them, and it was cool. And they all went on the stage and did their thing later that night, and that was just what it was. But that was since 1993. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about I went back a long time. So it was 7 more years before Eminem dropped. Before Eminem came out, it was 7 more years. So he had probably did some underground stuff. But as far as being on a national level like Snoop Dogg did, it was a few years later. But we went when I was 21 years old to the theater. It was a dollar movie. And you can drive your little whip or whoever. I took my girlfriend at the time, and we went up to the dollar movie, and we watched Deep Cover. Deep Cover was the song that brought Snoop Dogg out. That was I could have been 19. I might not even been 21. I might have heard that song first. I did. I think I was like 19, and they had Snoop Dogg. It was called Deep Cover. That song is out here too. So that's all I got on that, man. So if you like this video, if you like any information I said about them, definitely leave a comment. Definitely like this. Definitely share it. And leave a comment in there. Let me know which one of those guys you like more. Do you like Snoop more? Do you bump Eminem more? Is Eminem in your top 5? Do you think Eminem got it? Can he actually be one of the top 5 artists in a world that lasts forever? Is he more than just lyrics? Is he more than just lyrical content? What do you think? Let me know. Holla at your boy, man. We over here at Hood Films. We hitting you with content. Go see my new movie right now. It's called Killer Rapper. I made it free for you right here on this page. You can just scan down or go to my main channel page and you'll see it play. It's an hour long. It's effective. It's dope, man. It's a really dope movie. This is like a real serious movie. It's a thriller. It's an action. It's important right now. So go see the movie, and I appreciate you watching. And I'll get right back to y'all in a minute with a new video.